Yo, and we are back. I'm so happy.
Yay! That makes me feel good because I bring the happiness and warmth.
Yes.
And you do too.
The wrap-up show. And Dean's in the building.
All right, yeah, what's up? I'm gonna bring a little happiness too.
No Dev today. It's okay. He wouldn't like this conversation anyway because he would probably be agreeing with y'all.
Yeah, you know what?
That's why we need him here.
Hey, you guys, it's your girl Violet, aka Violet the Vixen. How you guys doing on this?
Violet is back.
Violet's Monday. I am back, and boy,
From tour.
You know, I got to do a
He was on an award tour.
Yes, back from Cali, and boy, did I have a great time, boy.
Oh, we saw some pictures.
Nikki's also in the building.
Hey.
Hey, Nikki, I was home during the earthquake.
Wow.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are, for people that don't know, you are from Cali.
Yes, born and raised.
So you West Side.
West Side.
Which
we don't even
which
say
part
the
of
right.
Cali?
How you
it's
say
not
it?
Crenshaw. It's Carson, honey.
Oh.
And then he likes to joke with me. He likes to be like, "Oh yeah, you from Compton?" No, boo. Carson.
It's Carson, California, for those that don't
Carson,
know.
California.
Right.
You know, shout out.
So you weren't born in Cedar Sinai, were you?
No, I was not.
Okay.
No, I was not.
Is Cedar Sinai in Carson?
No.
No, it's not in Carson.
I'm just asking.
It's just to me, it's the most famous hospital in California.
Okay. I was like,
Okay.
where did that go?
But every celebrity that goes, they go to that hospital.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Cause I think it's in LA. I think it's in LA.
Are of that
Wow.
particular hospital, but
Okay.
yeah, I was in it. So basically, how it happened was the first one was on the 4th of July.
Wait, did you say the first one?
Yeah, there was more than one.
There was more than one. So the first one was on the 4th of July. So my mom had cooked barbecue the night before. And so in the morning, I was cleaning out the grill. And my mom calls going, did you feel the earthquake? I was like, wait, what? So where I was in the South Bay area. It didn't reach the South Bay area. It reached more like in the LA area. And so it was a 6.4.
That's major.
On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being like, we
Wow,
gonna die.
that's pretty big.
Yes, it was. That was the first one. The second one was, I think, 4 point. We kept getting a lot of aftershocks, and I was asleep. I was knocked out. My mom felt that one. It was like 4 a.m. I was knocked out.
So how much was that?
That was a 4 point something. My mom, she definitely felt that. This was it. Now it reached the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, South Bay Area, and so the third one I felt. So me, my mother, and my dad, we went to go watch the movie Shaft. And
Good movie.
We were at Marina Del Rey, and so we were just sitting there watching movies, and we feeling it's like, is this an earthquake? Oh, so we're just sitting there. I was like, what do we do? Me and my parents looking at each other. We're still gonna watch the movie because there are different types of earthquakes. There is you're just riding the wave. And then there's this one. Where you're...
Well, let me stop you for a second. People that are from California may feel like that, but here in Baltimore, we had an earthquake here, which was nowhere near a 6. Okay.
Oh, no, the last
anytime the ground moves here,
Right.
we are shook. In California, I guess it's no big deal.
Right, because we get it like every now and then. And so...
Wow.
But this last one was the biggest one in 2 decades. It was a 7.1.
Wow.
The one where you guys were in the movies.
Yes, it was a 7.1.
What? So what did everybody else do?
So a lot
Same
of people,
thing.
so certain people left. Other people that you knew
They
were
was
from
visiting.
California,
Yeah.
we were still sitting trying to watch the movie
Shaft is a good movie.
because
No, it is. I
in the
went with my parents
situation,
to see
if it
Shaft.
gets
I
really
went.
bad, you're not supposed to run out because you get the electric and the trees and things will fall down on you. So you're supposed to. During earthquakes, you're supposed to hide underneath something, like something sturdy. So this was you will hide under this table. So, but because it wasn't that bad, like, it was.
Did you say a 7.1?
It was a 7.1, but we got pretty much. It was where it was about 250 miles from where we were.
Oh,
That's where it was. So
that's not as bad.
Okay. The after effect. Okay.
That's why it also hit all the way in Las Vegas. That's why during the whole basketball tournament, the
Summer League.
Yeah, the Summer League, they had that earthquake there and they had to stop because where it was again about 150 miles from Vegas.
I'm just glad that it wasn't during the regular season because the Golden State fans would try to use that as an excuse as to why they lost.
Does everything you and
No, they
the
didn't
Raptors?
They still up there. Okay.
No, it's just in that area. So yeah.
That's why I wasn't.
Like Steph would have made that shot if it wasn't for the earthquake all the way down there.
Yeah, that's why it wasn't like there was still like where it actually happened. There was a lot of effects. It actually cracked a highway. A lot of
near where you were.
Not too far from where I was. It did. It was like Riversdale, I believe. It cracked a highway. But where we were, it just we're just riding the wave.
Wow.
And again, it was so funny. I tried to avoid it. I really did. Because I knew it was going to come when I
Welcome
was young.
home, Violet.
Like, the last big one was in 1999. And I remember they're like, in 8 years, another one's going to come. And I was like, oh, well, that means I'm going to have to try my best not to be here.
Well, look at you. Like I said, welcome home, Violet. It welcomed you home.
Yes.
Welcome home.
It's great.
Is it still, there's been like little aftershocks.
There has been still like little aftershocks. Actually, another one actually hit a few days ago, and that was a 4.1. So we're still getting aftershocks because that was a really big one that happened. So there's going to still be aftershocks. And apparently they said, too, before I left, there was supposed to be one more big one. So...
Yeah, I would be hanging out somewhere else.
Wow. That's a lot of...
Let's be back.
So aside from the earthquake shake, what else was going on in Cali?
So... I was on the news talking about trying to get cool. I was on the Fox News in LA because they were doing this whole thing on Kawhi, trying to convince Kawhi to come to Lakers. And of course, we know how that ended up.
Clearly, he didn't see.
He didn't see me. He didn't. He would have like things would have happened.
So wait, where were you?
The
when
TV
this
was on
happened?
I was at the Staples Center.
The TV was on mute though. He couldn't hear what you were saying.
Oh, probably. But I was at the Staples
He was
Center.
signing the contract.
And I was seeing other... He was laughing while signing the contract.
Right.
Whatever.
So they had this thing at the state, like a whole bunch. What would they having you say?
So basically, they're like, pretend like you're talking to Kawhi and convince him to come to LA. So I was like, look, you already got LeBron James. You already got AD. Come on over. You know you want to come back home. You did your job. So come on, let's go. And unfortunately, it didn't work.
So you did it like, come on, get your stuff. Come on, you know where you're supposed to be at.
The love, like you know, once you come.
He did.
He did come back home.
He just, went down.
Why are y'all mad? He went to the Clippers. He's in LA.
I'm not mad at all.
Look, I'm glad he's back, but
West Side can still claim
I'm
him.
not mad at all. Kobe.
Y'all can still be like, Carson in here.
no.
Kobe said something pretty. I can't quote it word for word, but like if you're meant to be here, you don't have to ask a whole bunch of people on why I should be, a Lakers player. You know.
Oh, you hit him with that one.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, if you're gonna, you don't need to go run around figuring it out. You just know you need to be on that team.
I mean, that's true, and I do understand. Like I said, at least he is back home.
Good for Kawhi.
And it's good for him too, because I know he didn't really want to. I think he told me he didn't want to be on because of his father getting shot and killed. But it is good that. Someone said Clippers ain't gonna win.
Paul George is on.
Well, they're not, but
They're not. You're right, they're not. But
for the record, Dev has predicted already that they're going to take the whole thing.
Well, I made a prediction before his prediction.
Do we have that written down? Correct.
Yes.
Yes, I wrote that
Dev
down.
said that.
So when it happens, I'm going to play. When it doesn't happen, correction. I'm going to play the clip of Dev saying that it was good.
I want to be on the other side of the celebration picture
Yes.
this year. So
Yes.
yeah. So
Okay, on July 8th,
Yes.
Monday, Dev
Yes.
said the Clippers are winning championship.
Now everybody's prediction.
That is
We're going
noted.
to put everybody's prediction on a memo and the video. This is before it happens.
Right.
Video is going to go up and the date at the bottom of when you said it.
right,
This
so
is beautiful.
This,
hi.
yes.
Hey everybody, this is Violet, aka Violet
Monumental?
Eviction. Today's
Okay.
date is July 15th, 2019, and I am going to be saying that the Lakers are going to make it to the championship, and yes, my baby, they are going to win. Please
Look at
wait
this,
that
look
and
at
date
this.
that.
Okay, all right.
Please write that down so we can pull that note up again.
Okay.
Yes, and so that way when it does happen, I want you to, Photoshop
Oh, I will.
me right there.
Into the celebration.
Yes.
Yeah, but with LeBron James,
Yes,
AD,
whoever
I'm right
team-
here in the middle because I'm short as fuck.
And
Yes.
the tradition now is whoever picks the correct prediction, he gets a nice picture of them next to the trophy, and everybody else who picked wrong got sad pictures in the background. That's how we doing it from now on. Yes.
Wait, okay, so did any
great.
other predictions?
It's too
today?
soon for me to predict. The
Okay.
season ain't even start yet.
So Monday,
Yeah.
July 15th, Violet said that the Lakers will win the
Yes.
championship.
Yeah.
Okay.
I now
Alright.
have
Dean?
hope in my Lakers.
Oh,
What are you saying?
I had said the Lakers when they said they were getting AD.
So you've already picked the Lakers.
Oh yeah, I'm
Dean,
So is this
speaking of Lakers too. I can't pick anybody until the season starts.
We'll just
Goodness
say, okay,
gracious.
wait. So Dean, you said it first though, but
Yeah,
I put
he
y'all
did say
on
it
the
first.
same date.
Right.
Is that fine?
That's fine.
It doesn't matter.
I'm all
I mean,
in.
y'all for the same team.
Yeah.
I'm on it. Yeah.
Well,
I will reserve my predictions for a while.
Diamond King
At least
is
until
being
the
cautious,
season.
ladies and gentlemen. He's being
I've
very
been cautious.
about
he's
his
being
decision
cautious
Yeah.
on
because
the
his whole thing
championship.
is, was right this first time.
Right. So now I'm the defending champion. So-
Wait, are you gonna pick a team and stick with it this time?
I always-
There's somebody. I'm just saying, Dean kind of
Well, here,
the accusation.
I didn't know we
that
were
you
jumping
kinda
into sports
jump
conversation, but let me
ship
say this:
a little bit.
I always
I'm just
NFL or NBA. I pick two teams.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
wait a minute.
what-
How
I
you
picked
gonna do
two.
that?
I picked two teams.
No.
One from the West and one from the East.
No,
So
that
for
is
football,
not how
I
it
pick
works.
I pick an AFC team and an NFC team because it comes down to two teams.
Okay, I'll give you
No,
that.
that you know what?
I'll give you
Yes.
that. I'll give you that one.
Do you have
No.
two teams now?
Yes, I
Who are
do.
the two teams?
But listen, just because I pick a team to win doesn't mean that's my team. That just means
might pick-
they're gonna win.
So you might, I'm not saying you are, you might have two teams like Golden State and Houston Rockets. I really feel like that's your East. No, that's still West. Anyway, I'm not going to guess who your teams are. But say you had Golden State and the Celtics, but your prediction could be the Knicks. Which
Correct.
obviously
It would
that's
never
not
be the
good.
Knicks.
I
But
know.
let's use that as an example.
What?
Dev's team is the Knicks. He
Yes.
picked the Lakers because the Knicks can't win anything. Sorry, he picked the Clippers.
Right.
The Knicks can't beat Edmonton Junior varsity team. So nobody would pick the
This,
Knicks.
I wanna get
okay,
back to
this doesn't
Yeah,
make
you
any
guys hold on.
sense.
Sure it does. Because
So why
if your
do you
favorite
pick
team
because
if your
why is it
favorite-
your favorite?
but listen,
so you gonna
if
be
you-
favorite to losers?
But listen, if your favorite team is a sorry team, but you grew up liking the team, that's just what it is.
Like a Cleveland Browns fan?
The speaking of the Nets,
the Browns got
the
better.
Nets.
No?
There's a net on the wall behind you. You can kill it now.
You know what?
It's right behind you. Grab a piece of paper and smash it.
I see
It is right behind
It's
you.
right. No, you need a bigger piece of paper than that.
You got it, but you got you see.
No,
it?
you can't. Yeah, you lock in.
Lock in.
Focus.
Get it.
Don't do a flick. You gotta do a concentrated effort.
She sees it.
She
She's
does.
trying to get this nap.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
now. She's
Oh yeah. You don't-
Did you get it?
I think she got it. I think she got it.
That was a
look like you got
sloppy
it.
hit.
I feel like
I
you
look like
see it.
I thought I saw a little smear.
You play a little bit. I think I did too.
You
But
did
you look.
wonderful.
You play. You hit the wall like you play for the Knicks,
Oh.
Wow.
which wasn't good.
You have been
Where is
on me
Dev?
all day.
Yeah, Dev.
You know what?
Dev.
I tap out.
First of all, Dev, happy belated
Dev, happy belated birthday. So when Dev comes back next week, you can talk about him getting drafted. I think he still has a hangover. So I do want to hear about the Caribbean Festival. Is that what it's called?
Yes. Oh my God.
Y'all had a chance to
I wanted
attend?
to ask her why
first-
she was down there by the Staples Center in the first place.
Oh.
Real quick, I'll answer the question. So I was down there because I had wanted to do the whole Lime scooters, and I knew it was gonna be in the downtown
What put
area.
you downtown though? Why would you even?
Because I
Wait a
just,
minute.
first
Okay,
of all, I had-
you said the line school, the
so
scooters.
I did. So first of all, I did a I did a photo shoot for a company called Babes and Felines, which I'm on their
Awesome.
website. And so I was, just check out Babes and Felines. Shout out to Sierra Rogers. And I was already in the area, so I decided, let me go on ahead and just stay in downtown LA and see hometown. I was like, I'm by the Staples Center. Let me go see the Staples Center. And they were there filming other people. Like two Korean women were speaking in Korean saying, come to LA, the project.
Wow.
Yeah, we had the bilingual in that, right?
I missed that.
And so I was like, has Kawhi come to the Lakers yet? There's like, we don't know yet. I was like, can I say something? They were like, of course.
Wow.
And there
And
you
there
go.
it was.
And there it is. So yes.
Well, very good, very good. So over the weekend here in Baltimore, the Caribbean Festival took place.
Yes.
A tradition in East Baltimore. I like to go as often as possible. I was not able to go because my Saturday was jam packed. But you guys were there.
Yes.
What happened?
First of all, we like to go to like the actual park where
Right.
because that's where they get to like stop and you actually get to like party with the band and everything, and that's really what I like to do. So for me, I like to try out all the different bands because my goal is I want to see which band I like the most. So this is our second time doing it.
Correct.
And this time we kind of did things a little bit more differently. We had our chairs, had our little mats.
Yeah, we were in like a shaded area, a lot of trees. at
Oh,
the
smart.
entrance Of Clifton Park.
Right.
Last year we kind of moved with the parade for a
Yeah.
while, but we kind of picked out a little area for.
Y'all learned your lesson.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a different type of parade. It's not like maybe it is like the Macy Day Parade, but I mean
No,
Yeah.
it is
They-
definitely not.
It's not. It's not like
The
any other
amount of
carnival
time, it's like
festival because
they
you
go
get
a
to
little
there's like,
slower.
right, and there's an actual
A
spot
lot
where people can actually like sit if you find it correctly, if that makes sense. So, but for this one, there's a pro to it, so it's like we get a good shade of air. But I guess sometimes with the con is we're at the end where they kind of stop. So already the people in the band are already kind of
Yeah, it was a long
tired. So
Okay.
so they were still living it up, but they weren't really living it up. You know what I'm
One of the
talking about?
trucks came past here on their way to the parade.
Oh wow!
And luckily we weren't on air because it was so loud.
It was.
Wow.
Already
It
ready
was.
to go.
I'm talking about it was one of them floats coming down the street. DJ went, hey, the float there, whatever. It was like it shook the whole neighborhood.
I wonder if it was
Crazy.
I wonder if it's that one band. I keep forgetting their name, but they got, I think it's like Loud Sound or something, and they got like these big old bass
Well, all of them
speakers.
are decked out
But
with
it's
speakers.
but this
Yeah.
one is just really big on this big old truck, and it's super duper loud. So that's why it just made me think of that one.
But the crowd and the energy is always. I mean, from
Yeah.
last year and this year, I thought
Yeah.
it was really good.
Yes.
I mean, I just put it on my calendar that I gotta go do this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it so much. I did try, like, for me, I try to do a lot of carnivals. Unfortunately, we missed the Hollywood Carnival because we were actually in LA during the Hollywood Carnival.
Oh wow.
But with this carnival, I really love it because, again, I feel like it's this, like, I guess, not intimate with it because it's, like, smaller, but yet more, it's like more people and it's more livelier, if that even makes any sense.
Yeah.
It
A
does.
little bit more access to, I think, with our carnival compared to
Like,
some of the other
exactly.
locations. that
Exactly.
carnivals have.
More carnivals.
So you can interact better.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, where other carnivals, they're really strict, so you can't really
Right.
even be in the band. Like, you can't even really party within the
Oh, yeah,
band.
you can get in there, like.
You can get in.
I mean,
Right.
maybe not do the whole
Thing,
walk
but
with
where we are,
Right.
you're able to just get in there and just actually like dance and party with the band, and I love it. Like I said, I like the vibe and energy. I know there was a Jovert that happened Friday night.
That was the first issue.
That was it was one of the first, and it had people like Killer Cam, and did I say his name right? I hope I did. I really hope I said his name right. He does Run With It, and I really didn't want to see him, but certain things didn't really happen. But I knew that was really live. For me, when it comes to bands, I really want to do is it Color Me Crazy is one band I do want to actually consider because it's all about paint. So you can get messy with it, you know. I like those kinds of effects, like parties that do the kind of painting and things like that. There's another band, I think it's called Island Camp. I hope I'm saying it correctly. And they're more decorative, but I do like it because it has I guess more people of my generation. They seem more livelier and more. So I'm not saying anything like wrong with the other ones, but you know. And then I think one more I would be interested in is the Soca Aerobics. They're usually like the first one. They're usually always the first band to go, and because I guess they always have energy because Soca Aerobics.
Right.
So I would and it's not even just a band; it's an actual like Soca Aerobics.
So they be like, clap your hands, stomp your feet,
Yeah,
Booyaka, look shots, 1, 2, one more, go, yeah, like I got you.
Again, no, I am not being promoted by any of these bands, but if I was, holler at your girl because I got you. If you want me to like sponsor you for your next band, please let me know. So yes, it was awesome. It was amazing. I love it. Cannot wait for next year's. I cannot wait.
All right. Amazing.
Well, I mean, she said it all.
She said,
I mean,
she did.
Yes.
I was actually really looking forward to it after getting back from LA. Was definitely the carnival. I mean, I just put it on the calendar, and I'm already looking forward to it next year. And I definitely would like to check out the Joe-verse since it looked very successful.
It was
This past Friday. But it makes, honestly, I want to go see some other places do carnival now that I've experienced, like the Baltimore scene with it.
right.
Yeah, so
I think one of our goals is one of our goals was we were trying to do the Miami Carnival.
Yes.
We have one of the best. I've seen some other ones.
You've seen some other ones? Well, I heard New York was pretty decent.
I haven't done that.
New York's is good.
New York ones
New York's is good.
Really good.
Yeah.
It's always during a Labor Day, like
Really?
Labor Day weekend.
I would love to do that. In New York, yeah.
I believe it's like during the Labor Day
Labor Day
weekend
weekend.
that they usually have that carnival. And then the Miami one is in October. So,
Okay.
And then the Hollywood Carnival is always in the end of June. Is when they have theirs. It's a lot. Like St. Lucia just had their carnival today.
Ooh,
So-
now that is a carnival to go.
Now that's probably
Yes.
that's on another
We're
level.
going out. I want to go to the Trinidad Carnival, and that happens every February. That's the one
Really?
I really want to go to.
Now
yeah.
that's a carnival. Yes.
I
Yes.
think that's one of the
Donna
best.
might be very interested in. I heard it's really good. The Toronto Carnival is.
Oh yeah.
No,
the
that's
Toronto
lit.
Carnival.
That's lit.
No, the
That's
Toronto
lit.
Carnival is really
That's
good.
lit.
That's always in the end of August, like around like.
It's just all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that the Toronto Carnival would be good.
Wow, there's a big contingent
Well, you saw how they did the
Caribbean folk.
championship
Oh,
celebration.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, but
So-
that was
They
no.
know how to come
Yeah,
out.
they know how to come.
Yeah, but
You
not
gotta see how
saying
they're going
right,
to
but
really
that
drink.
that Toronto the basketball appeals to everyone.
Right.
So,
True.
so we're talking about appealing to a different culture of
But what
people.
I understand about Toronto is a very multicultural.
It is. It's very
city.
multicultural, and then the carnival is very multicultural. I know a lot of people from here that go to the Toronto
You
Carnival
think
more
Drake
than.
performs as,
I think I've heard that Drake has.
Caribbean style song.
I've heard that Drake has actually been in like the Toronto carnivals every now and then. Just like Rihanna is like in the Barbados Carnival like every other year apparently. So,
I can see that.
Yeah, and just like with, I think Nicki Minaj too sometimes does the Trinidad because you know that's where she's from. Not sponsor. I'm just saying. I know these things again. Carnival fan, love soca to death. So yes, again, anyone would sponsor me because you know you want to soca.
That's funny. All right, so on to some other news. Jermaine Dupri, So Def fame, one of hip hop's top music contributors of all time.
Would you? I mean, I would say an icon.
Absolutely an icon.
Like,
Absolutely.
a certain era
Absolutely.
into hip-hop.
Absolutely, and R&B. Okay,
Very,
so some very notable people he's produced for, of course, Usher,
yes. Escape, right?
Escape,
No, not
yes,
No, yes.
Escape,
No, you're right.
Escape,
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow, okay,
Yeah, right.
Bow Wow, yeah. Jagged Edge,
Jagged Edge. I was
Jagged
gonna say
Edge,
that too.
Mariah Carey,
So
She did
been
help,
very
yeah.
influential.
yes, dated Janet Jackson. He gets
Yes.
some type of acknowledgement crown just for that.
Yeah,
I
they
know.
were.
I
They
Janet
were together
Jackson.
For like, I think they were together for like 8 years or something.
Yeah, so let's keep in mind this: Janet Jackson was somebody that he liked growing up.
Well, I mean, a lot of
And
people
then
did.
absolutely to then date Janet Jackson once you become an adult, that's a sense of accomplishment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think whoever you grew up liking.
Oh yeah, someone said Usher. He did.
Right,
Yeah,
Usher.
he did bring on-
Say you grew up. Who did you grow up liking, Nikki?
Ralph Tresvant.
Okay, so say as a young teenager in the '80s, you liked Ralph Tresvant. Then you became an adult.
Oh my
And then you
God.
dated him before he got a bald head. But then you dated him.
Yeah, right.
Right?
I wouldn't
And-
like the ball head.
What you would feel like, you know, I did that. Like you were about, I told you I was going. I told you I'll do it, boy. I told you. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
You
No, I
You see what I'm
wouldn't.
saying?
I wouldn't do it
You
like
know
that.
what,
So why-
That's another.
So he dated Janet Jackson, and here's what I really like about Jermaine Dupri. When he talks about Janet Jackson now, because you know every interview they ask him about Janet Jackson, and he said, you know, I mean, you know, we'll see. I don't know, like he regular her. He treats her like a regular ex, and I love it.
Well, that's what he should. I mean,
Absolutely,
Right.
because
That's what it should be.
Janet Jackson, he has that notch on his belt, but he has other nice accomplishments as well. So I was gonna say, so he treats her
are
like,
you
I
trying
mean,
to say, are you calling females nice accomplishments? You know what?
when I
This
say
conversation, you know what?
for the when I say nice accomplishments, I'm really speaking for the male contingents that's watching and listening. I'm talking about, okay, so for females, let's say that you grew up liking, you said you like, who's somebody that you liked growing up? Teenager, Young Violet. Who's somebody that Young Violet liked?
Oh, Bow Wow.
I wasn't.
Okay, I was gonna say that.
So that would be
I was gonna
you never
say
knew that?
I never would have guessed that.
Me either. And me pairing you up with him would be a disaster. That would be a letdown.
It would.
I've met him. It's a letdown. You wouldn't like it.
Maybe he's,
But growing up, like
Oh,
after
bro,
you had that third album without Jermaine
Okay.
Dupri, it was a letdown already. I was like,
Absolutely. So let's talk about Bow Wow, the second and the first album. That's the Bow Wow that you like. Okay. Yeah, so it's just, who'd you grow up liking? Hers is a bad one.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to say it.
like,
Yeah, teenager. Young Dean. Who did Young Dean like?
and I mean, Janet was kind of up there.
Yeah.
Janet-
Yeah. See? And it's just, it's
It
so,
didn't happen right away because I
Yeah.
remember, like, you know, Penny. I mean,
Good times,
yeah.
yeah.
But something happened.
All right.
And we were like, I'm Miss Jackson, and I'm like, oh.
so I kind of, Violet, we're kind of similar because mine, I just revealed this to some of my, you know, current people that know me that didn't know me then, and it's kind of like, what? Like that's, and I've met her, okay. So I'm so
I got it.
If I had to
it's
let
not-
it out, you gotta let
I
it
got
out.
it,
Come
I got
on.
it.
it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not a disaster.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
who you got?
So-
At that age.
So mine was Michelle A.
You know, she had okay. When she sang.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, just
Yeah, you
tell
said
her
like
not
her
to open up
talking,
her
right?
mouth. Just don't talk.
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean, I
Yeah.
I could see that.
So I met her last year. Mm-hmm. I did. You saw.
I
You were
was
there.
there.
You missed the meeting though.
I
but
did.
yeah, you were there. But yeah. So anyway, so Jermaine Dupri, he came, he saw, he conquered
Okay.
Janet Jackson. Okay.
Yeah, he came, he saw, and he conquered Janet Jackson.
I'm
Now,
gonna leave that.
now she moved on and he moved on. But I tell you right now, she would love to double back.
Lies. She
All
would
lies.
not.
I don't know.
Not
because
even-
it
No,
seems
she
like
wouldn't.
Always
Nah.
gravitates to a certain
Yeah, she.
and it didn't work out for her.
Okay.
And then
She
and
can't-
then she tried something.
But I'm saying all those other guys that she picked, they didn't work.
Jermaine Dupri does not have
She-
enough money for her.
She's
No, it didn't work. The father of her kids.
She went
Yeah.
from Jermaine Dupri to a prince. I don't think she's gonna go backwards.
Right.
Wow. So let's not do that to Jim. Okay.
Okay.
Status wise, okay, maybe she won't circle back, but maybe vibe wise and how she was actually treated, I don't know.
She's gonna do the same thing like it was when they were together for 8 years. I just want
Maybe-
to. I don't want to be
obviously-
married. I just want to be as partners, and then keep.
Oh.
Obviously,
Yes, I know
Prince
this.
didn't handle the situation that well either.
Well, let's keep in mind she also dated one of the DeBarges.
Well, that was many moves.
Disaster.
She married him.
Disaster.
They did. You're
They
right.
got married. They went
Okay.
a date. They whole marriage.
What I'm saying is that all her relationships have failed miserably.
I hate, yeah.
Can we?
I
Yeah,
understand.
except for Jermaine Dupri. That was the longest lasting
That
one.
was.
Still failed miserably because they not together now. So that's a failed mission.
Well,
And
it's
they
not
didn't
failed.
get married.
Hold on.
There's
It
no
didn't fail
gas in
miserably.
the
It just failed.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to
They
that.
haven't said
They didn't
Alright.
fail miserably because they didn't really part ways.
And they, on a
horribly.
bad, yeah, they
And
still
again,
on speaking
They
terms.
still on speaking
Alright,
terms.
that's
It didn't end in
fair.
a bad note. It was just even when they were still together, it was just we were just partners. I'm
Yeah.
not marriage.
Yeah.
I just like the company.
So when, so
I just
I was in a party once that Jermaine Dupri came to and brought Janet Jackson in Atlanta, and so this is crazy. I never saw this before.
Okay.
I mean, I've never seen Janet Jackson before this day, but I'm saying this is what I've never seen before. So this was the first time I went to a white party, an all-white party, right?
Okay.
So this was the first time with that. And this is the first time I went to a party that was in a building that was formerly a church. So the club used to be a church, and they didn't change a lot of the decor. That's how you could tell it used to be a church.
I mean,
Window, I'm talking about like, it's like, what is this, a
the
church?
still window with the all white though. Like that's.
Yeah, I'm talking about it had stained glass windows.
I mean,
Stained glass windows.
I'll
Stained glass windows, yes.
They are beautiful.
Yeah. So, but
Take
whatever.
the church with 'em.
So I'm saying that Jermaine Dupri, the times that I've met him, cool, down to earth, parties. He likes to party, likes to drink. Speaking of drinking, what is the drink of the day? What do we have here?
Oh, real quick, y'all, so that we get back to this topic because I got so much to talk about. So again, I am still selling my I Be Drinking drink. You know, it's with the Ciroc Summer Watermelon. So again, DM me. Let me know when you guys
don't
want
wanna
it.
miss it.
You really don't
It's
because
so good.
I'm almost at the last batch because again, this was only limited sold and we only got the last few bottles. So yeah, if you try and get this, you better hurry up. I'm very serious.
So this is like fruity, or this is sour. Like, what does it taste like?
It's fruity. It's very fruity. And very refreshing. It does have that definite watermelon taste to it, and of course, I do add watermelon into it, so that way after you're done drinking it, you can still eat
Get
the
a healthy
watermelon, and you can it's still kind of it sits in there, so it's infused.
So this is a summer drink.
This is definitely a
this
summer
is
drink.
not a December drink.
No,
right.
this is not. This is definitely something.
Get it while it's cold.
right now, because again,
Yes.
I'm already like out of this, and then I do one more batch, and I'm done. That's
Okay,
it.
you're done. And that's it. Okay.
Done.
So speaking of done, right? Jermaine
How you like
Jermaine
doing
Dupri, you like that? Jermaine Dupri was
That's
he ruffled some feathers, and why did he ruffle? I think that female rappers kind of overreacted with what he said. They overreacted. I mean, it got to the point where most rappers were making videos or releasing statements and just going at him, and it caused an uproar. Then fans started going at him on Twitter. They were how you say dragging him,
Roasting.
roasting,
Well, I mean,
flaming.
yeah.
but once you put yourself out there with whatever statement
I
you're
know.
saying, especially on the internet, you pretty much opened the door for anything.
Yes,
that comes with it, right?
Exactly. Just like
wait,
Yeah.
elaborate on what did he say?
yeah.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was that bad.
Uh-huh,
I just,
what is it?
I really don't. So, the icon sat down with People TV to discuss. He's selling something. Okay, he's selling something. He has an upcoming documentary, and he's talking about the documentary. But what he chose to say was this. Okay, they asked who was his favorite new female rapper, and he couldn't answer. He said, "I really can't say." And when the host specifically asked him about Megan Thee Stallion, who I love,
She's
okay,
awesome.
I love her. Yes.
awesome.
Also, and they asked about Cardi B, who I like a lot. Okay, and
Really?
I do like her. I do
He
like
does.
her.
He does. He does.
Did I tell you about the time that I saw her perform and she didn't have on any underwear? And I was right there, and I feel like
See,
No, I don't think.
I never told you about this.
No.
Were you there?
yes, I was there.
So she was right there. I'm talking about Cardi.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Outside of her.
So that sounds like why you liked her.
I was
Okay.
very turned on.
Outside of that,
Outside of her.
But this is
Wise.
do you
oh,
like her?
you asked me was her performance good?
Yes.
It was all right.
I mean, being new to the. I mean,
She was
was her
new.
first concert,
She was
though.
new. It was her first show.
Her first show.
It was her
here.
first show.
Yeah, her
we
very
had her
when
first
she
show.
first
Yes.
started,
Right.
when she first started.
She's better now.
oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she's better
definitely
now.
is better now.
definitely.
It wasn't a good show, but she's better now.
Yeah,
It
she's
was.
got,
It
like,
was
I said all that.
It
I
was
said all that to
decent.
say
It was
I don't want y'all to think, 'cause y'all. I do say that Nicki Minaj is the best female rapper because it's true, but I do like Cardi B. I just think that a lot of times people compare the two, and I think that they both can stand as their own entity.
Yes.
Now, if you want to do a comparison of Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj, there is no comparison, but these two stand as their own entity.
All
Okay.
right.
Now, he said, but back to JD. So JD said, so of course, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B are the hottest female rappers right now. Okay, right now, the hottest. See, I can be honest, they the hottest.
Yes.
Now, is Cardi gonna be here 10 years from now? I don't know, but
She doesn't need to be. She's gonna be moving on to bigger and better things.
as she should,
Go ahead.
as she should, and maybe
Go
even a
ahead.
new.
Go ahead.
Never mind. Okay.
Go ahead.
so-
Don't do it.
Maybe
Just
that.
Maybe a new, never mind. Okay,
go.
so they threw the hot ones out there. So what'd you think about Meg Thee Stallion? What'd you think about Cardi B? And the only reason why I say is because I feel that they are all rapping about the same thing. This is Jermaine Dupri talking. I don't think they're showing us who's the best rapper. I think they're trying to show, for me, it's like strippers rapping. What is wrong with that? And what did he say in that that's not true?
Cardi B does not just rap about stripping and sex, and she does rap. I didn't say she
What she
doesn't
rap about?
that.
Deportation. She raps about
Okay, so
Puerto
it-
Rican and proud power. What does she rap about? Stripping. That's it.
She does
Twerk
not.
it.
Okay,
Let's go around the table. Let's go around the table.
Wait.
What was wrong with what Jermaine Dupri just said? You
Not
heard
only
this?
that, wait, I'm not finished. Not only that, I feel like this. If that's what sells, then that's what you stick with. I listen to music for entertainment. I'm not always listening to it for the deep, dark message.
Gotcha.
If I'm listening to her, that's not what
so
I'm
you're
gonna listen, I'm not
agreeing.
gonna
You're
listen to
agreeing
that.
with what Jermaine Dupri is saying, but
No.
you're just
No.
defending it. We just had a defense attorney leave here, and you didn't want to say nothing when he was here. Now all of a sudden you want to be a lawyer.
That's
let
not
me
all
let me
the
let me
first
give you.
statement, Mr. Lawyer, if you're not observant, the first statement I said was that she does not just rap about that. Okay.
Got you. Let me give you Jermaine Dupri's next statement, and then let's go around the table because he goes in further. Okay. So he says, as far as rap goes, I'm not getting who's the best rapper, right? I'm getting like, okay, you got a story about you dancing in the club. You got a story about you dancing in the club. And you got another story about you dancing in the club. It's like, okay, who's going to rap?
So pretty much he just like expanded on what
Yes,
the first statement
yes.
was. Now, before I say anything, are we going around the table on was Jermaine Dupri correct or not?
One more thing. The host was a little upset. The host pressed and asked what type of lyrical content he'd like to hear from the female rappers.
Yes.
And JD said at some point somebody's going to have to break out of that mold and just show us. Talk about some other things. Just rap about other things besides that. Okay. And that's all he said.
All right.
So the question is was Jermaine Dupri correct?
Yes, that is the
First of
question.
all-
Just that question.
First of all, I'm not answering that question. Let me go ahead and say what I need to say because I've been holding this in for the very longest time. I'm going to take this out right now. This is going
Please.
to come out right now. 1, you are an icon. Be careful what you say. It will backlash at you at any given moment. I don't care who you are. No, it don't. It don't. I don't want to hear that. Be careful what you say, because we had this little situation with Chris Brown talking about he likes his woman found with nice hair, and that backlashed on him too. So I want to hear about if someone
It backlashed to a #1 album. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
Terrible.
So it doesn't matter who would have said it. It's the fact
Right.
that if you said it, it's going to come at you. 1, 2. You're a person that's not doing your research, because if
Damn.
you are a person that knows about rap, you try to find the next hottest rapper, you would have found there are so many other female rappers that are out there. Not just the people that Cardi B named as a reaction to what Jermaine Dupri said, because she brought up so many people from Tierra Whack to Orica to Kamaya to oh my God, to Rhapsody. There are even other female rappers that are good that don't just talk about stripping and sex. There's Rico Nasty. That's definitely one girl. There's Doja Cat. That's another one. And Meg Thee Stallion doesn't just rap about stripping and all those other things too. There are so many other female rappers. I know even other female rappers that don't rap about stripping. There's a girl named Naria from LA, and she doesn't just rap about stripping and all that. So she always talks about females, be better, be positive, do something better. So if he was to do some research to understand exactly there are other female rappers, then he would have made himself look dumb in the process. So that is another thing.
He made himself look dumb.
Now
Yes,
to
he
answer
did.
the question of is he wrong? Yes, because yes and no. Yes, because there are other female rappers. No, because that is all he sees in the pop culture. What is going on that is out there in the media, not just in underground industry, but what is actually is just seen in pop culture. In pop culture right now, all we see is Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. And so he didn't do his research to understand that there are more than just one type of artist.
That's
so
true.
yes and no, he is wrong about that. I don't want to hear some men talking about, and then let's talk about how men rapping, not all men rappers talk about it. I'm just, because I think we did have a conversation about this, but not all men rappers rap about this, but there are rappers that rap about going to the club, going to the strip club, getting,
all jokes aside, I really do feel like that's all Lil Wayne talks about is how many times what he can do sexually to
and
everybody.
drugs, sipping on that lean.
That's all I
But
think.
yeah, and I'm saying that now, I bet you I'm gonna get some backlash because I'm saying that
As you
now. That's
should.
what is going on in the pop culture. But if we take that out of the chemistry and we talk about other rappers, like from the people from Dreamville, from J. Cole, Boss, like they just that whole JID, that whole team, they made an album, and they're not talking about just strippers and Big Crit just put out an album, beautiful album. And he might have talked about one song about strippers, but his whole album is not all about that. But that's because I did research and I knew exactly what I'm talking about. I know what's going on in there. So again, Jermaine Dupri, and you have a show in which you are trying to find other artists, younger artists, and you are not still looking on IG of other artists that
You
are
don't think
out
you're
there.
overreacting
I need
about
you
this a
to
bit?
do your research. I'm talking to Jermaine Dupri.
He's not here.
I don't care. You're gonna hashtag because y'all gonna hashtag. Hello,
Yeah.
Jermaine Dupri.
Speak,
You're gonna
speak,
hashtag
Violet,
it,
speak on
hashtag
it.
Jermaine Dupri.
Speak on it.
Hashtag whatever. I want Jermaine Dupri to know Next time, do your homework before you go onto a radio show talking about something that you don't know anything about. And next time, give credit to those women that actually talk more about things that you want to hear. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so that's interesting. I want to say one thing. Okay.
I feel great.
I could see if y'all said that what he said was not true, right? They asked him who was his favorite of the current new rappers, right? Because that question was phrased in a way that he couldn't pick Brat, because I would have picked Brat if it was me. But they phrased it, of course, that's his fam, that's somebody he produces. But they said as far as the current new rappers, so that would have excluded Brat.
Correct.
So you're saying that your favorite rapper among the new female rappers is who?
Oh, that's actually a tough question. Okay.
Oh, well, it's tough for Jermaine Dupri. We just dumped on him,
So-
right?
Not for the same reasons.
Correct.
Right now, I'm gonna have to break it down. Freestyle wise, or Orika. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Orika, she is. If you hear her freestyle, oh my goodness, she's one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Now, of just regular, it's between. I don't have like in order. It's,
Okay.
of course, Cardi B, Rico Nasty, Tierra Whack. Doja Cat raps every now and then, and she also sings too. Rhapsody.
You consider her new?
Kind
Current,
of,
though.
but
I
she
mean,
is current.
she's
She's
Okay.
definitely
That's not
Meg
funny,
Thee
'cause
Stallion.
she was just up
I
for
will
Grammy
still give it.
last year.
Definitely still to Meg Thee Stallion, but just in
So
my
let's look
lineup-
at from what I listened to that you named. You picked underground people of the top names in the game right now. City Girls, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B. Do you think honestly? Let's look at this honestly and objectively.
Okay.
What Jermaine Dupri said, does that apply to the top 3 female rappers right now? Now I understand that there is some versatility, but you said talking about the top female rappers
top female
right now.
rappers
City, can
right
we
now,
agree
which
to
is
City Girls, Cardi B,
and
Meg Thee Stallion?
I will agree to that. Yes. And
There's an underlying good message from the City Girls overall,
no, there is not an underlying.
or is it
business.
ratchet turn up music, which is fine. You
it's-
need to turn up and you need ratchet
That's
music,
fine, and
but
I
that's
don't
what
have
they give.
And yeah, like I said, what he said, it's still a yes and no. That I don't disagree
Fair.
with what he's saying. That yes, he is.
But you're saying it's more to it than that.
See,
Exactly.
this is where I have a slight little issue. Even though I know you're saying current top rappers, and I understand she somehow doesn't get the same kind of light, but she literally was up for a Grammy last year, and that was Rhapsody.
Yeah, exactly.
And City Girls weren't up for a Grammy.
Name a Rhapsody song.
Now you got me. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't
The
know.
Grammys mean
Power.
nothing. The
First, I don't
Grammys
know
mean
why- I
nothing.
don't know why I couldn't do it.
Power.
That's-
I already got
yeah.
you. Don't even worry about it. She got Power that's featuring Kendrick Lamar. She got another song with Kendrick Lamar called Love Zulu Nation. That's one of my favorite ones from
Yeah,
Rhapsody. From her whole entire album, she also has a song called Flowers. Where she talks about, like, first of all, her whole album was about giving someone like flowers, just as a meaning of just you love them every day.
Yeah.
That was how you got the album for free.
What?
Because she had like a contest about it and saying if you get some flowers to someone, tag them and say who, and you get the album for free.
But
So
I can't name every Cardi B or City Girls song either.
Yeah, I'm not a album. I don't know
That's
songs like
currently,
that. Yeah,
even though
I don't know
I'm on
titles.
Big Crit right now, I can't tell you every song.
Okay, well,
on his,
I definitely like Energy and Addiction.
well, I mean, I can tell you songs I like.
Violet is a track girl.
No,
She
yeah,
knows
yeah.
the track.
Big Crit, I'm giving you a
But
shout
I can't
out.
tell you like all.
Give me love.
9
Me
to
either,
10
Dean.
songs.
Me either.
But
Me either.
what I was not to go too far into what Violet was saying. I think I understand where you're coming from. Like as you're saying, the most current, relevant people this year, like Kawhi being the top player this year.
Right.
I feel like I'm not offended. Actually, I'm a little offended by what Jermaine Dupri said. Being an icon, a producer, someone that has, I thought, had his ear to the ground.
He's been in it for a long time, so he definitely does.
Thank you.
So long.
He has longevity.
For him to
Didn't say-
overstep even
That's true.
the
He still could-
underground rappers. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's not just underground female rappers. It's underground groups, underground male rappers that could be out there doing some things that are not just go to the club.
True.
Go to the club.
True.
Go to the club. I just felt weird that
He would say
I mean,
that.
what female rappers are coming out of Atlanta? I mean, this is that's his city. It's the house that Jermaine built.
but I think
what's going on
I think
in Atlanta?
I think that what he
there's
was
one rapper.
I think that what he was trying to say was nobody's really attracting his attention. We'll get to Cardi B's response in a second, but Nikki, what are your thoughts? Jermaine Dupri. His comment.
Violet said it all. I
She
didn't
said it-
have to
yeah,
say- I didn't
okay,
have
so
to
you agree.
interject, but
Okay.
I agree. I just think this is something he should have thought it through, and I'm just gonna say.
Wait, it was
okay.
one of those split second things.
No,
he didn't know. He didn't know that
I
question was
understand
coming.
that,
He didn't know that question was coming.
And to piggyback off of what
Well,
Dean
mean,
said,
just a minute ago with song.
I am surprised that him, like he said, being a producer, we would think that his horizons would be broader than just him looking. That was a surface answer, and like you said, he didn't really think about it. And I think this was a publicity stunt for real. What is he selling again?
I don't think. Well, he has a documentary. He has a documentary coming up. I don't think it's a publicity stunt.
I think he
I
played
have.
into
Because
that.
if you're a person that you got a show in which you found all these other,
But this would be
young-
backlash. I mean, this would be negative. This
doesn't
was
matter. It's
publicity
exposure.
stunt. This would make females not want to watch the
Well,
show.
the
This would
backlash
not
comes
be
after
what he
getting
would
to his
do
research.
publicity.
Some
No.
people believe any press
It's good press.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Thus,
They got
Donald
us
Trump.
president, right?
Fair point. So let me say
And does
this.
he not wait? And the question is, do you know? Okay, you're talking about them, but you don't like any of their songs. Like I better not hear.
No,
see
I'm
you
sure he likes
nod
the
your
songs.
head and repeat
I'm sure,
the
but
lyrics. And
liking a song that's hot and saying somebody's my favorite rapper are two different things.
Well, I
So
agree.
let me say what
That's
Cardi
true.
said, and
That's true.
Cardi responded in true Cardi B form.
Yes.
She said.
People love her though.
That's true.
Exactly.
That and her body. But she said, first of all, I rap about my pussy because it's my best friend. Second of all,
Cheers to that.
it seems like that's what people want to hear.
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
When I did Be Careful, people was talking mad shit
That's
in
true.
the beginning, like, what the fuck is this?
That's
This
true.
is not what I expected.
Facts.
Before ending, she said, there's a lot of female rappers that be rapping their asses off and don't rap about their pussy and don't be getting down and dirty, and y'all don't be supporting them.
She's right.
Okay.
She's
And so then
absolutely right.
she name dropped some rappers like Rhapsody, Tierra Whack,
Yep.
And I shared
Kamaya,
that. I shared that.
Yeah.
I shared that.
And all that. But she said that the provocative, the ones who don't have the provocative lyrics don't get as much attention as City
they
Girls,
don't.
Meg, and herself.
And they don't. Are you kidding me? Again with Aura, because she was on Jimmy Kimmel Live, but I think he wasn't like hosting. It was another black woman. I forgot her name. She has like short hair, and she wanted her on the show.
Yeah.
You understand? Like
If I was a
that
female
was-
rapper, I would be rapping about the same thing that Cardi B is rapping about.
Because
I'm
that's
here
all-
to make money.
Because
I'm here to
I'm
make
sorry
money.
to say it, sex sells.
It does.
That's
Yeah.
what the U.S. is all about. Sex sells. Let's
Exactly.
not lie about it. Let's just not.
I'm here to make
that's
money.
the thing
So if that's the case, and we all agree on that, did the females overreact to his comment then?
He didn't have to say it. He didn't have to say that. I just think he should have been more thought.
made it-
If they getting money, which they are,
And yes,
and they
making
popping,
money, but he made
so
it
why care?
negative. He made it into a negative aspect. If he would have been like they're rapping about this, which is fine, and then he's talking about I don't see more of it, which there is. So again, how he said it was negative. So if I could say it too that yes, there are right now we're in a pop culture where sex sells, so we're going to be hearing
Right.
about
If he
all
would have
this,
said exactly.
Yeah.
money and all
So
this
you saying
shit, but
he could have framed
Right.
it differently?
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree, Violet.
And not to say that he didn't say anything wrong, but he made it into a negative aspect,
I
and he made
agree.
it that as artists trying to get their money, as if that's all we really want to talk about. Now all artists want to talk about it, just like with Cardi B when she even got into the industry. First of all, I'm a big Cardi B fan. When she first got into, I remember interview, she has said, "I'm not trying to just strip. I'm just stripping so I can get money, so that way I can just invest." That's why again I agree that she's not just gonna just rap.
Absolutely.
She's gonna sell. She already sells clothing line with Fashion Nova that sells out. So she's already in that industry. I bet you and guarantee she's gonna do something with nails. She's gonna do something-
hair, makeup. She can go
everything.
anywhere. Shoes, anything.
She is a hustler. She is not going to stop from what she is doing. But do not just take from her and just take that she is just this one category in which a lot
agree.
of artists now. And I feel like that's what we do. We put these artists in this one category without really seeing them as other things. Like going back to Orica, she hates the fact that she doesn't want to be known as a plus size rapper. That's not what she wants to
be
be.
known as a rapper.
Exactly,
Right.
and she wants to be known as that alone. And there's nothing there is nothing wrong with that. So don't put people in this type of bubble. And that's something that Jermaine Dupri did, and it really backlashed on him. So yes, I think overdoing the whole reaction is important.
Yeah.
Very important for
Yeah.
him to understand and learn. If you being a producer, you know better.
Wow.
Especially
Yeah.
knowing it's not equal out there.
It's not.
That's true.
It is
in
absolutely
the
not.
industry.
That is so true.
He should know from the female acts that he's helped flourish.
Yeah.
He should know it's not equal out there, and that a
That's
certain thing is
Good point.
pushed more,
Absolutely.
unfortunately, on our airways. Like, I feel like, I'm not trying to get too long with it, but I feel like our music is being dictated to us by other people, and the big businesses out there are pushing what they want us to listen to. And even though I know we who doesn't like to turn up and get crunk? I mean, come on, you
Right.
feel like we want us here, but we in hip hop, the culture, have so much more to us than just turn up and get crunk. Even for the male rappers, and I just feel like they just push one thing. It's not the same when I first came up, and I actually miss female rappers for quite some time because I came up with a lot more female rappers when hip hop was still growing
Yeah.
than it is today. And
I agree.
It kind of bothered me that they weren't being rep like don't get me wrong, I love the male rappers. I mean, they're great, but I need some diversity. And I don't need to just hear from New York. As much as I grew up hearing from New York, I need to hear from LA and Atlanta. I need to hear because our culture is so diverse and beautiful, but I just feel like we don't have control of what is being put out there that represents us.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's what we get.
Because the white
That's what
man
we
thinks
get.
they knows what we want to hear, and so because the white man
But I
is the
might
one
be
that's paying the
going
checks.
too far in.
Nah,
That's what we
it's
do.
true. I agree.
Well,
And let me
You
see.
said that's what we doing.
Jermaine Dupri heard the backlash, and he did react, and he said that after all the calls, DMs, angry tweets, and other messages saying I'm a major gatekeeper in hip hop, in the hip hop world, why don't I invest in a female who's out here hustling and making a name for herself? So I decided to create the So Def female cipher. Details coming soon.
You know what?
I'm
Now
a little
you just
curious.
made me think about something. And I do not say this in a negative way. I really do not. I just want to just bring something up, and I'm gonna let it be. He when he does a little show where he tries to put up. I don't know if it is, but I do know his very first one. His first one, the winner, her name was Mulatto, right? You know,
Was that the first
You
one?
mean the kids?
yeah, the
Yeah.
kids show. We had
Uh-huh.
little kid
What
rappers. And Mulatto was there. Now on her IG, first of all, sex sells. So that's what she's doing now. And I don't say that negatively, but that's what she's doing now from where she was before. And no, Jermaine Dupri is not having her, but she is doing successful Right, still, right now. So, just putting that out there. You take out what you want from it. You ain't gonna put some girl that you found out there. You know what? I'll be quiet.
All right. So
She might have some things in her way.
and let's also keep in mind that he produced TLC. He produced songs for them.
Did a lot of
Produced songs for them. But anyway, this Thursday, Power, Influence, and Hip Hop: The Remarkable Rise of So Def is going to be on WeTV.
the remarkable.
I will watch it.
You said Thursday?
Yes, it's Thursday. You can watch it on demand if you don't get a chance to see it live. But it's remarkable. It's remarkable.
I'm not saying
I'm not
this is good.
disagreeing.
Jermaine did. Boy, I'm getting ready to go out there. Jermaine did have a little bit more access on his come up than maybe somebody building from the ground up.
Yeah, his father was very instrumental and
not
and was
saying
already
he's
in.
not
He was
influential.
Oh yeah. I'm saying his
But
father
he-
worked with him a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but he had a door opening. Sometimes.
Sure. But however, we cannot argue the fact that he's had a long run
Yeah, I agree.
because
to that.
he was a background dancer for Houdini in the Fresh Fest in the mid '80s. Okay, you talking about '85?
True. I mean,
That's '85. I can't think of anybody from '85 whose name we still bring up in a current conversation
you know,
from '85.
from 80.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be talking about him now.
Okay, all right. You might have. I was
Oh my
I
God.
was gonna push somebody out there from 85.
Yeah.
I can see what you're
Yeah.
saying. About
Jay-Z was around '85.
No, not 85.
No.
I mean, I was gonna say like not 85. That's still not 85. I was gonna say Diddy, but not 85.
Nah,
I was
Diddy wasn't
thinking
85.
LL,
No,
but
no.
that's not 85 either,
Who?
right? LL.
was
No,
That's not
LL
85.
came out '84.
Yeah, LL.
But yeah, LL came out '84, but LL's not making music now. So
Not now.
yeah.
Well,
So,
Jermaine Dupri isn't really. Is he
still
really
think-
making?
but see, I think a producer has
that ain't-
a producer has the a producer has the ability to wear a lot of hats. Jermaine Dupri, he's made a couple of albums, but he ain't made a whole lot of albums. And then he writes for other people, and other people saying it. So it's not like he was in the forefront since '85. You know what I mean? So it's like he can.
Right, that's why you know.
A producer can kind of bob and weave, write songs,
no. All he
produce
got
songs,
Bow Wow
money,
and-
anything. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get out of here.
Yes.
We will be back next week, and we will. Is there any pressing sports news, or can it wait till next week?
It can wait.
Yeah, so I want Dev to be back here, and we have some pressing sports news. I want to talk about the boxing match that's coming up.
Right. I mean, outside of that last trade, that's the most.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about that and some other sports stuff. So we'll wait till next week when Deb comes back to do that. But thank you, everybody. Violet, how can people stay in touch with you?
You guys can always stay in touch with me on IG at Violet the Vixen. Let me spell it out for you, just in case if y'all don't know. VioletTheVixen. Just in case, because sometimes I really do feel like some of y'all don't really know how to spell. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying. So you can also find me on Twitter at Violet_the_Vixen. I already spelled it. You know how to do underscore. And you can find me on Facebook at Violet's Playground on my Facebook fan page. And I know you know how to spell playground.
So you can find me at Mr_Mackins on Instagram, and hopefully this Friday you if you're out there at Artscape, you'll see me out there hanging out to catch some of
Yeah, you can find us in these streets.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. And we will be at AFRAM, covering AFRAM too. That's going to be
Beautiful.
Nice.
fun. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yes, it's
Yes,
going to be a lot of fun.
SWV.
Oh, that's at the Artscape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who that?
I think.
Is it Rick Ross? Yes. And if you put it
Oh.
covering,
Yeah.
and you got Rick Ross, you know,
The
I
sound
got
effect.
you know, get that interview in there, Rick Ross. If you hear us, you know, you want to come
I just
interview
wanna
with
know about-
Radio on
I just wanna know about
Fire.com.
his beard products. That's,
Yeah, you know.
He does have beard products.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was just struggling. But
I
anyway.
just want to know.
All right.
about
So
the situation.
thank you, Nikki,
You're welcome.
holding it down.
Yes, my girl Nikki. Woo! Hold it down.
All right. So we'll be back next week. All right.
Yep.
Right.
Till then.